Hey guys, good morning. Welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Bridgie. How you guys doing today? I hope you are doing well. Thank you very much for joining me. And if you have not yet subscribed, please consider subscribing, join our family, and please give this video a thumbs up and put your notification bell on so you can get notified whenever I will drop the video. So we have a quick update regarding the case of Osinachi and her husband Peter Nwachukwu. And finally, it seems like we are going to get some justice regarding this case. All thanks to the Minister for Women Affairs, Mrs. Pauline Talem, who's taking an interest in this case. And we've seen where she's gone to visit Osinachi'S children. And I tell you, this woman, from what she said about the interview she had with the children, it seems like she has some experience in this line of work. Because the way she interviewed the children, according to what she said, asking everyone to go out and talking to the children, reassuring them that there will be no consequences, and telling them that this is what their mother would like, and the children opened up, and she interviewed them separately, one by one. This is exactly how it is done when people who do social work and child protection. This is how interviews are done with children.
We're still mourning our sister Osinachi, the lady with the golden voice, who has suffered so much pain, humiliation, beating, and remained until death. We don't hope to see any of such occurrences. Women must speak out, women must come out. And another thing that I'm appealing to all men and women of conscience is neighbors. Neighbors should help in such situations. Sometimes victims are under some kind of spell or whatever, because the whole story of this lady doesn't seem normal. It seems that devil, I won't even call him a man, I won't call him a husband. He's an animal. That's the right word to describe him. Because by the time I interacted with the children and they open up to tell me how he treats them and their mother, and he put pressure on them not to ever open up and tell anybody. Until I used my psychology, I asked everybody to go out, except me and my permanent secretary. And I assured them. In fact, I did not talk to the four of them at the same time. I asked all of them, the nanny, to take them into the room, and I started with the firstborn. I held him and asked him, "Do you love your mom?" He said, "Yes." "Your mom is a good Christian, a singer." "Yes." "Did she teach you how to tell lies?" He said, "No." "Okay. Where is she?" He said, "Their father said that she's no more, she's dead." "Okay, she is dead, but I want to tell you that the dead sees. Your mom is not an angel, she's watching us. And she won't be happy with you if you tell lies." That was how I broke through. And with that words, the boy sat up. He said he would say the truth. And he opened up. When he finished, we took him to the other side of the room and asked the second child. And it was the same, up to the last, who is 7 years old, the only girl in the home. So it's so heartbreaking. It's so sad that so many women are living under abusive marriage, and they refuse to come out of it, or are afraid to come out of it, because the society always blames the victim. The society are afraid, or the victims are afraid of divorce. I'm not advocating or encouraging divorce, but you have to be alive to take care of your children. You have to be alive. Now she's gone. And the children, whoever, even her twin sister, can never play that role the mother plays. She's a twin. But nobody can step into the shoe of a mother. A mother is a mother. And I want to assure you that I'm following this case. I've reported yesterday again in Federal Executive Council. Mr. President is with us on this case, and we will follow it to the latter. I've talked to the at the highest level. The Inspector General is committed. The CIB, the officers in charge, they have vowed to me that they will stand on the path of truth and to ensure that justice is done. And what I'm emphasizing here is justice delayed is justice denied. We want prompt justice, prompt action, because so many cases are being swept under the carpet. So many cases of this nature.
Many thanks to her. She's taking this case up. We've seen the visit, and thank God she's playing an active role in all of this matter. The role that a lot of people would have expected that the church, Dunamis International, would have played because of how important Osinachi was in the ministry and also to, the Christian body both in Nigeria and everywhere in the world. This woman has blessed a lot of people with her music, with her songs, and she's well known. Unfortunately, she was married to a Mongo Park who did not know her value. He may have known her value in money because according to what the minister said, he was the one that was collecting the money that they were paying her for whenever she goes for her ministration. But he didn't value her as a human being. He didn't treat her as a partner, and he certainly didn't love her. He had a kind of, a strong hatred for Osinachi and the way he treated her, which eventually he told the family he was going to delete her, and that's exactly what he did.
The case of Osinachi, she has been denied access by her family members, her brothers, her sisters. Nobody comes to the house. She can't talk to anybody. And the sad thing is, she's the breadwinner. She goes for her gospel singing. Whatever that is accrued from it, he collects it. It is paid directly into his account. She has no voice. So this one, we hear cases of abuse where it's either an illiterate woman who has no means of income, who the husband is the one that runs the home. But this is a woman who is the breadwinner, and yet the children say he will beat hell out of her, throw her out, lock the gate. She sleeps in an uncompleted building and comes back in the morning on her knees, begging him to allow her in. It doesn't sound normal. But neighbors should help. When you hear your neighbor crying in agony, screaming, report to the police. We don't want to get such reports after the victim is dead. We're not crying over spilled milk. That should be avoided.
So finally, he's getting his own day in the sun now, and he's been brought face to face to the IGP's office, and that's the Inspector General of Police. And the minister was right there. I'm telling you, I am so impressed with the role that this lady is playing in this matter. And for the first time since the incident happened, Peter Nwachukwu is meeting face to face with Osinachi'S family. So her sisters were there, the children were there, and it was in the Inspector General of Police office. And this is what they had to say regarding how the matter is going to proceed. Take a look at it.
The Minister of Women Affairs wants speedy delivery of justice in the case of the death of Osinachi, the gospel singer who died allegedly as a result of physical abuse suffered from her husband. That's why she has led an advocacy visit to the Inspector General of Police.
The revelations revealed to me from the children, it coincides with most of what you've been reading on social media. Our heart is broken. Osinachi'S death is one out of so many that we cannot let go.
The police chief discloses that the investigation is advancing and expert advice is being sought from a national hospital and the Minister of Justice in the case.
Meanwhile, in all cases of this nature, there is an expert opinion which is required. And it is because of this that the police have approached the National Hospital where the corpse is deposited to conduct a postmortem examination to get an expert opinion as to the cause of death. As soon as this opinion is received at our end, we will finish our investigation and charge the suspect to court for possible prosecution. It is a matter that will impress the entire nation. It is a matter that will impress the government, and therefore the Office of the Attorney General will also be involved in looking into our investigation for them to do the arraignment and possible prosecution.
The presence of Mr. Peter Nwachukwu, Osinachi'S husband, who is being held for being allegedly responsible for his wife's death, triggered emotions from the deceased singer's family members. Since the gospel singer died, there have been growing agitations for justice over her death.
There you have it. That was Peter Nwachukwu in the IGP's office, the big man that is big enough that, has the little woman that a gift from God that was given to him, that he chose to do whatever he liked with. And you could hear all the things that the minister said there regarding her own personal investigation and what she's been able to find out from speaking with the children and the family. So he's standing right there now in the IGP's office, and he suddenly doesn't look that big now. He doesn't look all that powerful now. He doesn't look all that, strong now. So you see, Mongo Parks are cowards, okay? They are usually cowards, and outside, they can't really harm anybody. They can't fight their fellow men. They can't do anything. They are weaklings internally. But when they see the weaker, person, a woman, children, that is when the beast in them will come out. So that's the family now. You can tell that the family are still grieving. They are mourning. They are broken, which is expected. I don't know how they are going to get over this. It's only going to take the grace of God. By now, I was hoping that maybe somebody would have opened a GoFundMe for them, because a lot of people would have contributed. I don't know why. Maybe they are not aware. Anybody that knows them in Nigeria should help them to set a GoFundMe account up. A lot of people will contribute because those children are going to need money. They will need money for sustenance, for food, their education. And according to what the minister was saying in other interviews that she granted, they are very, very behind in their education. Even the son, who is the oldest son that is about 10 or 12 years old, cannot even read. So you can tell that even the kids they are really traumatized with everything that has happened in the family. They were not spared. This Mongo Park did not spare them. Okay, so you see him now standing there. I'm sure his life is he's had enough time to reflect now, to think about his life, to think about why he hated this woman so much and why he treated her the way he did. I'm sure he didn't know how important this woman is. Now he's faced with powers that bigger, mightier. He's facing government. And when the government in Nigeria wants to do something, trust me, they would do it. The IGP, they are usually lawyers as well. They are barristers, so they are trained. They know the law. And what the IGP was saying there is absolutely correct, because he's not being charged, because they need to ascertain, first of all, the cause of death. And they need to get all this evidence from her body, because trust me, there's going to be a lot of evidence from everything he's done to her, from what the children have said. There's going to be a lot of evidence physically on her body that they need to collect for them to be able to go to court to charge him, for him to face prison. And our prayer is that he's going to get the maximum sentence, because who say me person no live, the person no get right to live. Okay? So you're not supposed me they ever release this Mongo Park to the public again. They're supposed to lock him up for kirikiri, throw the key away for life. So that's the twin sister there, unconsolable. The children, I'm sure they are confused. They are wondering. Their life has just suddenly, even though their life was not a bed of roses before, now their life is suddenly upside down in a twinkle of an eye. They have no mommy to look after them, to love them. They're going to be shipped to relatives now. And I'm not saying they're going to treat them well, but we all know, even according to what Mrs. Talent said there, no relative can treat your child the way you are. So we are still, fingers crossed, we are watching this. And I hope that this justice will be swift, like the minister said. And for all Mongo Parks that are watching this, okay, I hope you are going to learn a lesson from this. If you continue to put your hands on somebody one day, and that day is not going to write a letter to you. One day, the person will be deleted. And when the person is deleted, you are going to be in this same situation like Osinachi'S husband. He's been disgraced. Now he's disgraced his entire family now. His name now is being dragged. People remember now, they'll remember Peter Osinachi Nwachukwu, or Peter Nwachukwu. That name will never be forgotten. The children, unfortunately, will have to carry the burden of the wickedness of this man for the rest of their life. I just pray that they get the help that they need. They need a lot of emotional support. They need financial support. They need a lot of help. So I hope, a lot of things have happened since Osinachi'S passing. The conversation is being heard everywhere now in Nigeria. People are becoming more aware about the dangers, and domestic violence is being spoken about everywhere. And I'm sure a lot of pastors, I've seen even bishops like Bishop Oyodikpe talking about it, and all the mega bishops and pastors is creating a lot of awareness. Unfortunately, I can't say that this is the last time we're going to hear of incidents like this, because according to statistics, I will just put it here on the screen so you can see for yourself the number of women in Nigeria that are facing DV every year. These are facts and figures. But it starts with advocacy, it starts with having a conversation, it starts with having an education. Why? Why do you feel the need to do this? Why do you feel the need that, okay, you cannot use your words to express yourself, that you have to lift your hand on another human being? Why? We need to get to the root of it, and we need to start advocating, speaking about it. Like the minister said, if you're watching this and you are going through a similar situation, I pray that your case is not going to be like Osinachi'S own, but there is no guarantee. What you can do for yourself is to speak out, get help, and run. Run for your life, because your life is more precious. You don't want to, because of what people will say, because of stigma, because of the shame of divorce that rests solely on the victims, on women, the burden, being called names, being, people looking down on you. Your life is much more precious. And I pray that you will have the grace and you have the strength to be able to flee from any relationship that, is causing you a lot of harm. Marriages are supposed to be a blessing. But if your own is, definitely this is not a blessing in my life, then it is time to reevaluate it, and it is time for you to pack your load or take your children and just run for safety. So we're going to keep an eye on this, and many times to the minister that is looking into this now, and I will update you as soon as I get any updates. Thank you very much, everyone, for listening today. Give this video a thumbs up, spread the news, share the video, give it a thumbs up, and please subscribe if you've not done so. And I will see you tonight in my live stream. Thanks a lot for watching. I love you. Bye-bye.